high. I have no clue how I sound right now. Other than that, I sound like a very sick, husky-voiced man. Which is hilarious because honestly, my sick voice isn't too different from my normal voice. So I just sound like a crazy person. Like, do you hear my voice? Like, yes. The Mama Max voice. Mama Max wishes he had this voice. He wish he could get this bad. I can't even talk proper. Oh man, I feel terrible. I'm like sweating horribly right now too. Like I'm just disgustingly hot. It's great. I'm 1 foot in the grave. Oh my god. Haven't even eaten anything today. Mama Max is a dead horse will continue beating forever. Yeah, fuck that guy. Which kind of sucked. Well, I don't know. I don't know how his following got big, but apparently he was doing something right. Well, up until the end there. Up until whatever the fuck he got on. It's gonna be a lot of that, chat room, so buckle up. A lot of my lung. Right, Asmongold. I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't know a damn thing about the Asmongold situation other than the fact that he was all like, if he can't see, basically the Spark Notes version is if he can't see a discernible difference between like content made by an AI versus something made by like an artist or dev, then he would gladly choose the AI thing so long as he has fun with it. And that's kind of the long and the short of it. Like the consumer doesn't care how something was made so long as it's actually good and they can enjoy it. All of that because there were rumors in Discord around a game called Power World that they use like AI, or rather the CEO of the company was someone who had played with the idea of using AI as a tool and trades in NFTs and crypto. So he's a crypto bro or some shit like that. And people lost it, man. People did not like that. Also, the fact that Power World just looks like a really rushed, cheap knockoff Pokemon. I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't even know what the fuck Power World was until this week. I had no idea. Genuinely no clue. That's why I can only really give you the Sparks Notes version of all of this, which is why we're finna sit down and watch a 2-hour video of a man saying he got canceled just because he got a little bit of criticism. I don't think Asmongold got canceled. I think he's overreacting like hard. Pretty sure he still has like 90% of his audience. The word canceled has lost all of its meaning. Kind of like woke and bigot. You disagree with me? You're canceled. Oh no, girls kissing. What's all this woke nonsense? I can't do that. I can't do that. That's actually a bad thing for me to do. He's a Florida thin-skinned saltine. Yeah. Also, people were getting on his ass because a lot of his content wouldn't exist if it weren't for, or a lot of the things he enjoys wouldn't exist if it weren't for those artists. Which, true. Regardless of how AI exists now, it really is still someone else's work being fed into it, so it has a model and a rubric to create something off of. So if we don't have artists, then the AI just starts reproducing the same schlock over and over. And then you get into the same situation where, I'm pretty sure Asmongold said this before, where it feels like gaming is getting bored because everything feels all the same. Gee, I wonder why. It's probably because y'all keep buying the same fucking thing. Oh, another Call of Duty released? Woo, let me spend my fucking $80 on that, plus the fucking battle pass, which is another $20 fucking dollars. And you wonder why companies don't change their business tactics? You stupid bitch. Anyway, I was just sent something. I've seen this. Yeah, here's Cryptic just sent something that completely, perfectly captures this entire situation. Hold on, let me make sure, because I'm pretty sure I was watching anime. Yeah, I can't show this on stream. Well, technically I can. I was, this is the most illegal website. The irony of me talking about this while watching like the One Piece side story on a on an illegal website. Oh jeez. Listen, man, I'm not paying for Crunchyroll. Actually, I already am paying for Crunchyroll because I bought it when I was on vacation in Dallas. Anyway, this is what I was doing. All right, heck, I don't even think I have Discord open on my computer. I do not. I never have it open. Yeah, Anywave is nice. Anywave is nice when you have an ad blocker. Ticking. Where the fuck is where is Discord? Do I even have Discord on my computer anymore to pull up this video? You know what? Just send the video in chat. just send the video in chat, please, if you can. Or I can go through the rigmarole of opening it on my phone, then going to my history here. Thank you. Yes, this perfectly sums up the whole...
Nobody gives a care about the fate of labor as long as they can get their instant gratification.
That was a great...
Yeah, that was a great... I love that they didn't crop this properly.
That was a great...
Why did they leave that there?
That was a great...
That was a great... Okay, Movad downloads stuff at like 20 megabits per second. Huh. Also, I hate how relevant this video has become,
In
right?
the future, entertainment will be randomly generated.
Randomly generated?
Randomly generated. What better way to achieve the unexpected? I've seen the future, Bob, and the future is autotainment.
I hate how relevant this is becoming because people are so fucking dick hard about AI art, man.
Hi, Rusty.
And
Hi,
AI
Ventrilomatic.
just
Hi, Larry.
fucking
Hi, Bob.
shit. This is bleak.
Hey, those are robots.
I hate how
Not
all
only that, but these guys...
the more time passes, the more relevant this video becomes, and it's fucking disgusting. Fucking VeggieTales.
represent the hosts of the future. Unlike us, their humor can be truly randomly generated. Right, guys?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Weed eater.
Now that's funny.
What's crazy is I know Gen Zs would eat that fucking joke up. They would absolutely fucking eat that shit up. Oh, I hate it here. Anyway, let's watch this fucking video. Let's watch this man complain about being canceled. Hey, look, a racism lore video. So I got canceled, or some shit like that. I got canceled. My full response. 2 hours. There's an ADHD version of it. A version for
Some
me.
people are fucking pissed. Oh.
Twitter got mad, saying he was disrespectful to the artists and their vision. He was fond of saying art should be judged by its quality and its impact, not by the intentions or beliefs of the creators. He also said that he did not care about being canceled. The end. Ow. So why do you make a 2-hour video if you don't care about being canceled? All I did was ask questions about World War II and got canceled. Wait, we can just have chat on, we can have chat room on stream. Yeah, see, there it is. That's way easier. Like, what? He didn't even get canceled. He's not canceled. It's far from it, actually. I'm pretty sure there are more people that are watching him now. Hi, I'm Chat Room. Yam June is Chat Room. The entirety of it. The absolute essence. Alright. Well, now that we've gotten the ADHD version, let's sit down for the 2-hour version. Let's stop the music. Shut up, Chat Room. Nobody's here for you. We're here to milk Asmongold's name once I upload this to YouTube.
Bro, like, fuck, I was up late last night, and I was reading some of the posts about myself, obviously, and some people are fucking pissed. Oh. Like, I feel like I made people more mad today than I have in probably like a month.
People who are used to having an audience don't like them heckling or questioning anything they say. Look at all these videos titled, "So I got canceled." Yeah, there are a lot of videos that are like, "I got canceled." I don't think half the people that say they got canceled are actually canceled. Unless you're like dirt poor on the side of the road now, no. Video has 1.1 million views. I think you're good. That's like half of your subscribers. You're not canceled, brother.
Which is that's a lot. Probably even 6 months, maybe. Nah. 3 months, maybe 3 months. I told Kaisi, I told her today, I was like, if I have one more situation, I'm gonna begin a villain arc. I am one controversy away from a villain arc. The artist comment? Yeah. Like, I didn't even think that was a big deal, right? I mean, I didn't. I thought everybody knew that.
Yeah, I want to see somebody get canceled and then start working at a McDonald's. Yeah, so the streaming thing didn't work out for me. So here we are at my job, going in for my shift. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. You're being yelled at by a mother in her van because you didn't get the right Egg McMuffins or whatever the fuck. I ordered this with no jelly. Why there's jelly on all 4 of these? You need to get back in there. Where's your manager? Let me speak to your manager. Like, yeah, don't you miss being a streamer? Don't you miss that?
I did. I thought everybody knew that what I was
Oh
saying
my
was
God,
true.
it's
Apparently
Chatception.
not. Right?
You got his chat room right here.
So anyway, so
My chat
there's a
room's over
tweet
here.
of a tweet.
Well, when
So
y'all
yeah,
fucking
I
talk,
gotta go back,
all
right?
5 of you.
And so this dude goes and posts a tweet about me. He says actual brain dead. And so let me go back, look at this. So unbox people. So this dude is not happy. Let me see if I can find where he went and they said this. And so
Yeah, for the record, I don't care about Power versus Pokemon discussion, but I know when something is wrong, play whatever you want to play, but don't disrespect the artist or say stupid shit like Asmongold did. Have a nice day. They get off on the idea of having, let's fight them. Yeah, chat room, you know what? Come on, hold on. Let me zoom in on them for you. Careful, chat room. They're getting, I actually can't, it's locked. The aspect ratio is locked, so I can't do this joke. they're getting bigger. They're getting bigger, chat room. You gotta fight a little bit harder. Come on, get them. Fucking take them out. I believe in you. Now I gotta reset this. Fuck. Bomb your goddamn house. My chat room is violent. I gotta transform this back. Hold on. I must preface, I am not mentally here right now, okay? Still very much sick. I am barely, like, cognitive, okay? I am just fucking, I gotta put that out there. So if this gets unhinged fast, that is why. Reset. Wait a minute, that's not right. Fit to screen. There we go. Notice how it's going to a dude who that's fucking yeah, this is very strange. He's fine. Asmongold is fine.
for some record, Power World versus Pokemon discussion. If I know something is wrong, play whatever you want to play, but don't disrespect the artist, say stupid shit like they did. So anyway, this dude is obviously, he tweeted that he called me the N-word and he said I was stupid, but I guess he must have deleted that one. It doesn't really matter.
It's literally right there. Are you blind? He'll see it, I'm sure.
But anyway, so this is a big situation today, right? A big situation with a lot of people mad. Like,
Someone who has dozens of followers needs to be kept in line because they run off the aesthetics. It's why people clown on Liver King. Now it's not about the reality, it's the way it looks apparent. Yeah. I like the idea of you being a tiny streamer where your chat contains the hostile toxicity of like Taylor Swift fan base. Yeah, we're Swifties, we're flies. Sending pipe bombs to your 2 haters. Just know if you come into my chat room talking shit, you will get a letter in the mail, and it will be the last one you ever receive.
we're talking about
nice.
19.7 million views on this fucking tweet. Like, we're talking about 5 million views on this one. Like, almost 20 million people in the last 24 hours, less than that.
Wait a minute, what was that comment? This has to be the stankiest take in recent history. That is so hilarious. It's not that funny. It's just the stankiest take. I don't know, it's sending me that wording. Yeah, also him quoting Twitter metrics. Like, this has X point something million views. 5.6. He'll live.
On like almost 20 million people in the last 24 hours, less than that, have seen this fucking post. This shit has blown up. A lot of people are watching it. And there's a lot of people that have messaged me that are like,
if you weren't
I'm
on
so
Twitter,
sorry you know, so many people are angry at you. What
only
the fuck?
Bits and peas. Jesus, what is this GIF?
You know, so many people are angry at you.
Hey, it looks just like him. There. Corporate wants you to find a difference between these 2 images.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, I don't
What,
mean that.
guys?
I'm not that rude, I promise.
Guys, of course nobody likes for people to tell them that they're wrong. But this doesn't fucking matter. It's a fucking tweet. Who cares?
Yeah, so why are you making a video about it?
Chill out. Everything's fucking fine. Yeah, I got food. I went to Shake Shack.
Everything's fucking fine. Why would you? So this must be a clickbait title then.
It was really nice. Spend some time with my dad. Like, this is not like guys. I don't need to be protected. I don't need to. Everything's fine. Okay, I'm good. So we're gonna watch this first, and also like I wouldn't have it any other way. Like I said this on a public platform. Now this dipshit did cut it a little bit out of context, but that's what people do. That's what happens. Fuck. I mean that's the way it is.
Yeah, we're calm
and
here.
So, anyway, people are gonna talk about it. Like, I wouldn't have said it. I didn't want people to hear it. So let's go ahead. We're gonna watch the clip. We're gonna watch the clip. Cut things out of context. It's not that much out of context. It's a little bit. It makes it sound more aggro than it was. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's a bit different. Damn the quality. Yeah. This is a 2016 webcam quality. All right, here we go. All right, so
Play the video.
to expect me to draw a moral line, I have to perceive a difference that I consider substantial. And I do not consider the difference substantial. I was talking about the difference between procedural generation and AI generation, like generative AI. I feel like they both functionally do the same thing, and I don't see there being a large moral difference between the two things. That's what I was talking about. And I also talked about it in the context of people copying. So, like, for example, like you saw like the parallels between like the Pokemon and the Dragon Quest and, you know, Pokemon and Digimon. Like, I don't view there to be like a large moral difference between an artist using other art as inspiration or to basically create something that's another version of what the original artist made. I don't view that as a tremendously morally different thing versus generative AI creating an aggregate of art by using 1 million pictures. I don't feel like these are that different. And I haven't read an argument that makes me believe that I'm wrong. I'm open to reading one, but I haven't found it yet.
Oh.
Original art versus inspirational art. I don't care about that because I don't believe original art generally exists. I think that
You know what? Oh, Jesus fuck. In defense of Asmongold, the bearded man he is, and that's not even like an insult. I'm just pointing out he has a beard. I too have a beard. He's not. Oh God. Me trying to do this while I'm sick, it was the worst fucking decision I ever could have made. He's not necessarily 100% off the mark. Yes, there is not much difference between like AI and procedural generated shit, as far as my understanding of it. But there's a large difference between feeding all of someone's existing work into an AI machine and then having it regurgitate the fucking the gray Krabby Patty being spray painted, you know? Like, hey, look, it's Pokemans. Ain't this what you asked for, the Pokemans? When an artist looks at someone else's work and then recreates it, there's a large process behind it where they actually have to make sure shit is correct. And usually, oh God, if that artist is actually someone of a great actual, what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? God damn it, it's on the tip of my tongue. If they're honest, basically, if they're honest, they will say like, yes, I took inspiration from this thing and this thing and this thing. To hawk someone else's work as your own after you've just basically created an amalgamation of a bunch of other people's work is the morally wrong thing to do. Also, yes, it is way harder to look at someone else's artwork and try to recreate it verbatim as a human. Now, you can argue all day like that's not my problem as a consumer, which I guess technically it's fucking not. But if we start to get to the point where all of this shit is just a recreation of all the same things thrown into a machine and we start getting the same products over and over, I don't want to hear anybody bitch about why shit's stagnating in the gaming industry or in art or whatever the fuck. Doing art is way harder than most normies think. Even the most mediocre shit takes a level of effort. Exactly. To say an artist doesn't matter, well, I don't think that's... I do like to think that Twitter takes things out of context because Twitter is... It do be Tweetor. You have to understand this is the place where... Who was that one voice actress? The original voice for Bayonetta? She was like, oh, they didn't pay me enough. But then it turns out they probably offered her more than the people they got to replace her. Or the person they got to replace her. And then she was like, donate to this anti-trans organization. It got really weird fast, man. Yeah, Helen Taylor or whatever. People don't pay respect or even give the tiniest shit about artists, and then they get upset when everybody looks boring in corporate. Yes, exactly that. Exactly fucking that. You cannot sit here and complain, because I know Asmongold was one of the people. I feel like I could pull up that clip about how gaming has gotten like boring or it all feels the same. You cannot say that and then turn around and be like, yeah, I don't care if I can't perceive a difference so long as I have fun. It's like, well, why do you fucking care enough to say the previous? Why do you care enough to say it's all the same if you're still going to consume it? What point are you trying to make? It's kind of warring talking points, you know, at least in my opinion. I feel like I'm saying a lot of nothing, but he didn't say a lot of anything either, so I don't really care.
Almost all art is built off of other art, and that doesn't take away from it. It builds on it.
That's because that art is transformative, by the way. You know, when people start taking inspiration from other things, they also start to add their own original ideas. That's why you have so many games that are just like carbon copies that don't do well, because they're carbon copies. Because they're just actually terrible carbon copies. It's like there's nothing interesting here to set you aside. Also, this other thing does it better anyway, the original thing. If I wanted to play another version of the same thing, I would just wait for the person that made the other thing to make another thing, or I'll just go back and play Bloodborne again, you know? In the case of like Lies of P is unabashedly a Bloodborne like heavily inspired piece of media. But there's so much unique about it to where like the aesthetic sets itself apart from Bloodborne so that it stands on its own two legs. Also, there's no question about AI being used, which I think that's what's mostly rubbing people the wrong way. Just even the schmeckle of a chance of a rumor that there might be AI. To this, as far as my knowledge, there is no legitimate proof that the company that made Power World used AI whatsoever in its creation. But it's definitely like 100% like they just kind of looked at Pokemon and made a game. It's just like you look at those designs and it's like, oh man, y'all didn't even try to change it a little bit, you know? Not even slightly. Lies of P changes the formula, you know, with the whole mixing weapons and shit. I actually really like Lies of P. I still haven't finished it. What the fuck am I doing with myself? Lies of P is really nice, and I like Lies of P. That's what I'm just trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. And it stands apart from itself. It stands itself apart, or Jesus, words are so hard when you're sick and high. It stands apart on its own enough to where I can look at it and be like, Lies of P is its own thing, Bloodborne is its own thing, but one is clearly influenced by the other. If they ever talk about stealing shit or using AI or whatever, just dumb dev talk, okay. I would actually like to know what they said verbatim. I should look it up at some point, but we still have an hour 55 minutes of this to go into. This situation seems like Asmongold isn't getting canceled for one thing. He's just a representation of a bigger issue in the gaming community and the world in general. Yeah, the average consumer who just does not care about their creative process so long as they get their quick fix. Need I take you back to Squidward, who said it best?
Makes it more
It's fairly
special. It makes it
innocuous.
better.
Okay.
Maybe not better, but sometimes
They're only getting mad at something that affects them personally. Brother. Circular Aquarius. All right. You know what? I kind of want people to keep this mindset, and then I want to watch them get mad when this shit just goes down the tubes.
it adds texture to it. All art is derivative, yes, and I don't think that's not a bad thing. Anyway, so that's what I was talking about in the clip. We'll keep going. Do you guys? No. Right. No. And that's really what matters. I don't think a lot of people do. And the truth is that I don't think that society at large sees a large difference. The reason why I don't think that people see a large difference is that I've never seen a large-scale consumer shift to where consumers are purchasing something that is more inconvenient or more expensive because of the way that it's produced. Now, some people do this. I'm not arguing that nobody does this. But the biggest companies in the world are oftentimes the most immoral ones. And I think that there's a reason for that.
This is icky. I feel like we got off course here a little bit. But I don't know. People buy organic shit like it's going out of fucking style. You know how many people I know that drink almond milk and shit? Because the cows. I don't know. I kind of want to say, like, I see where he's coming from. Because, yeah, if I can buy a cheaper thing and I know it's produced. But no. Because, gee, I go out of my way. Well, but that's just me personally. He did acknowledge that others exist. So, you know, that's fair, I guess. What? I like how chat room was immediately like, what the fuck are you on? Oh. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I feel like I'm losing my mind. The sickness is not helping. We all buy slave labor chocolate. Chat room has morals, true. It's fine. Just because a lot of people do a thing does not mean it's fine. That's the gist of it. Yes, we should all move away from the mega corporation. But we shouldn't move away from the mega corporation by going to a different corporation that's doing things equally as lazy or as unethical. I don't get the argument here. if a company produces something cheaper but is using the same fucked up methods, you're not really going, God damn it, man. What? I don't see why it's impossible to say that Nintendo bad and also Power World people bad. I don't see why that's impossible. Why is it just impossible to say that both of these are shit? Both of these things are absolute ass. Just because one's cheaper doesn't mean I should buy it if it's just as equally as exploitive of artists as the other thing. Why is that impossible to say? If I see two shitty things in front of me, I'm not going to choose either of them, which is why I'm not going to fucking vote. Oh, Trump or Biden? Yes, the old man or the old man. I just want to kick both of them down the stairs. That's all I want. Talking about video games that are already very expensive regardless of the working editions. Exactly. But I think the thing is, it's because Power World only costs like $30 or some shit. That's why. In an industry that's already extremely exploitative for, like, we just had a whole fucking year of people just getting like absolutely ass blasted, but just pirate that shit still. That's the only real way, baby. That's the only real way. We've had a year of developers and artists and shit getting ass blasted and laid off because of AI art and shit. Like the new promotional art for Loki or whatever, it was AI generated, and it's super obviously AI generated. But here you have like HBO and Netflix and shit laying people off, and the creative heads behind that shit. Oh God, I'm dying. Oh shit. Also, I think like a day or so after he made this or said this shit. Oh yeah, Fig Girl is actually a psychopath though. I love Fig Girl, but Fig Girl's a psycho. Like a day after he said this shit, Blizzard laid off like 1,900 employees. A lot of them being like artists and creative heads and shit. So that, just imagine how it feels to hear like this very large streamer be like, yeah, it doesn't matter how this is made. Doesn't matter how the artists feel making this or whatever message they're trying to make, so long as the consumer has fun. And then you get fired because it feels like your work doesn't matter. So we don't really need you because now we can take the work you've already created for us and just infinitely make schlock from it. Rito got rid of 530 employees. They got rid of the lead on Shyvana's VGU. I don't know what those words mean, but it sound bad. God, ain't that Twitter in a nutshell? I don't know what those words mean, but they sound bad. Rid of the person that made Heartsteel. Jesus Christ. Well, let me Google this so I can be informed. Actually, I can just do it this way. Watch this. Watch this. Heartsteel. Wait. It isn't gonna be some weird shit, is it? It's gonna be some 18 plus garbo, is it? It's a boy band. Oh. Who sings in Heartsteel? It's similar to KDA. Oh. It's sad that here it is. That's kind of fucked. Is there news of, let's see. News. Heartsteel introduces Heartsteel, blah, 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 blah. Send me the article of them. There's gotta be an article of them, like, laying that person off, right? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, I felt that in my lungs. We still have like an hour 54. Oh, sorry. 2 hours, 2 minutes of this.
It's because people don't really care where their products come
It
from.
was confirmed on Twitter by the guy who made it.
Like nobody really
Yikes.
cares about Amazon workers pissing in bottles. You care about it, but would you want to pay twice as much for Amazon Prime to fix it?
Why would I pay for Amazon Prime? What? No, I would pay for a different service where they're treated better. Excuse me?
No, probably not. And the same
Duh, because Amazon Prime directly benefits Amazon, not the worker. What are you? Oh my god. And I don't want to like argue semantics here. Is kind of what that feels like. But what the fuck are you on about, brother? You would go to a different company. You would go to a different company that does a better job of treating their employees right. Not give the exploitative company more, or not give an equally as exploitative company a little bit less because they make the same thing while still being exploitative. Like, Power World aside, because to be real, I don't know shit about Power World. I don't know how they actually created the game at all, so I'm not gonna throw them under the bus so much. But in this hypothetical situation where it's Amazon worker versus other worker that's being treated better, but I have to pay more, I'm gonna go for the one that is treated better. But also, those two instances aren't exactly the same, because in this instance, it's the same thing for less. Oh god, it's the same thing for less, but it's the same process. In that situation, then it's like I kind of see where you're coming from, because yes, someone would choose the cheaper thing that's also equally as exploitative, which is why Walmart has a huge market on fucking quick fashion and shit. Very fucked up. Or Shein. Oh god, no Shein. But that's not really what you're implying here now, is it? I mean, it kind of is, because that's the long and the short of it is just that the consumer sucks dick. What you're implying here, and I don't even know if that's what people are mostly upset about, it's the indication that, like, the work that these artists do, it's this mentality that perpetuates this. It's the mentality that artists' work and the conditions that they work in, or what they have to face, doesn't matter because the consumer just doesn't give a shit. It's perpetuating that, like, it's okay for the consumer not to give a shit, because at the end of the day, they get the same thing anyway. So now these artists have to just commit to these shitty working conditions and the idea that their work can be stolen at any time and reproduced for less by the same fucking company, so long as a consumer, or by a different company, so long as the consumer gets their fix. So now you have this situation where these very talented individuals have to consistently justify their existence because something exists that can recreate their work, emphasis on their work, without their input or without their imagination, which is only going to do like so good of a job of that. Why is there 2 hours of this?
Same thing's true with phone batteries. The same thing is true with electronic car batteries. The same thing is true with clothes. And everybody just
like how you can see in chat room people like
batteries. The same thing.
Boycott Amazon. What the fuck? I work at Amazon. Yeah, just fuck these people.
Is true with clothes. And everybody just forgoes morality to participate in these things. And I do not believe this is you criticize society, but yet you exist in society. How interesting, right? That meme? I don't think that it's like that. And also, I think that that's very valid. That's an extremely valid thing to say. If you want to hold other people to a standard, you should expect other people to hold you to that standard that you are trying to hold them to. Why does everybody...
There's no moral consumption under capitalism doesn't mean we shouldn't try. A lot of people try to stand on moral high ground unless the morality of something affects them. Cell phones are... oh, God. Excuse me. Phones are kind of an essential part of society at this point. Like, even homeless people have cell phones. True. You don't need the most expensive cell phone to exist. You just need like a you can get a basic government subsidized cell phone and suddenly you're a part of society. Sometimes I lose him in his own point. His position is why he believes this too, because he just reads shits that's given to him.
Everybody else have to carry your flag. And so that's my point. And so I don't think that consumers really care about this in a general sense.
Now, here's where I will actually give him that point. Yes, most people do not give a fuck about this. However, the more you try to downplay this, the less and less people will try to give a fuck about this. Because the whole reason that striking is working is because people are noticing like, this thing isn't as good as it used to be because my favorite person that made it isn't behind it anymore. Companies are actively losing money because employees are striking and they're not creating the things that make them money, you know? They're striking for better conditions. They are fighting for their right to exist as creative individuals without the threat that they have to deal with, like the worst conditions, the threat of being replaced by AI, you know, and people are starting, a lot of people have sided with them actually, which is why they're actually making progress. So to sit here and be like, but the average person doesn't care. Yeah, like just because Asmongold doesn't care about it doesn't mean people cannot choose to care about it. Yeah, we have to actively work to stop this from happening. So to sit here and be like, well, it happened, it may or may not have happened here, but I don't care because I like thing, is so weird. Post this on the internet, people who choose to take the moral standpoint have the right to talk shit about him. True. I mean, also morality aside, I guarantee you, if we get 3 more AI Pokemon games, people are going to be fucking mad. Not to say Power World is one of those games, but if 3 more came out and they were unabashedly just carbon copies, people would look at it like the schlock that it is and be like, man, gaming is dying. Well, fucking gee, I wonder why. You just put out the message that it's okay to do this so long as it's fun. How many times can you buy the same product before it's not fun enough? Oh, well, let's just tweak the formula a little bit. No, now you got Call of Duty. Now you have every fucking Battle Royale game. Now you have literally every fucking Souls game that it has ever been released ever. Souls-like. Well, almost every Souls-like. I like Neo. Neo did some interesting stuff. God, and then you get a stamina meter in every fucking game and it makes me want to blow my goddamn brains out. Holy shit. Everything has equipment weight now. Everything, like, you gotta dodge, you gotta time your dodges. You gotta come back to the point where you died, and god damn it. I fucking hate stamina in video games. I do not want to think about a stamina meter in a video game. No, it's just some hyper-realistic bullshit. ChatGPT, make a Mario game. Fuck. We are only 7 minutes into this video.
Are there consumers that care about this? Of course. Is there a market for them? Of course. Is it infinitesimally smaller than the market for consumers that just want to consume the cheapest, best thing?
Here's I see a thing here. Because I'm also reading chat room while he's talking. You don't get a stamina meter in Honkai, you get the fuck out of here. I refuse to play that game. You wouldn't have to charge more for workers to get fair pay. The profits from megacorps so vast that they could pay people fair wages if they wanted to. They just don't. Exactly. There is the long and the short of it. That's the problem with consumerism right now. People assume like, well, for these workers to be treated better, we'll have to pay more for our product. But actually, you don't. You don't. You truly do not. Who needs to bear the brunt of the burden of their employees being paid more is the actual CEO and shareholders of these corporations. It doesn't fucking matter if I get a $3 raise at Home Depot if they cut my hours right after it. You know? It doesn't fucking matter. I'm still getting paid the same, but they are still charging more for like fucking lumber and plywood and shit. And they're trying to say like, oh, we increased our workers' wages. Bitch, I'm still making $300 a paycheck. That ain't increased shit. Okay? So for you to assume, as somebody that works in an exploitative retail business, for you to assume that because I'm being paid more, your product prices have increased and now you don't want to, that's bullshit. I can tell you right now, that's fucking bullshit. That we are being treated exactly the fucking same. The moment we got a raise, they cut our hours, so we're still making the same amount of fucking money. And yet, my store manager still gets his $50K bonus or whatever. The CEO still gets his millions of dollars. We're not getting paid shit. That money ain't going to us. I can tell you right the fuck now that shit is not going to us. Okay? And it's not going to the artist just because because we're paying $80 or $70 per game now. I can guarantee you there are still people working under crunch and shitty conditions and not being paid their worth. That's why you have Blizzard laying people off. That's why you have Activision being jackasses. That's why you have EA just being EA. They don't give a fuck. And they don't give a fuck because you don't give a fuck. That's why this keeps going. So now you see this cheaper thing and it's like, oh, well, it's still just as exploitative. Now it's cheaper, huh? Are you fuck? Oh my God, man. These prices do not reflect the wages that these workers are making. I need people to get that in their thick fucking skulls. Just because I'm making an extra $1 or $2 does not mean that it directly correlates with the prices of our products. In fact, it's probably worse now because now I have less hours. Holy fuck. Korean workers can now have like 80 hours a week without overtime. Ew. Ew. That's fucking nasty. We still have 2 hours of this video.
Is it infinitesimally smaller than the market for consumers that just want to consume the cheapest, best thing? Of course. It was made with AI. I'm completely okay with that because it was fun.
Oh,
The evidence
It
is
doesn't
that
matter. Nobody
Jesus fucking Christ.
really
the
cares about
lead
this.
developer has been very positive about AI in the past and made an AI game
We're gonna play
called
this, by the way.
AI Art Imposter that lets
Yeah.
an AI artist draw a picture.
Yeah.
And so that was like one of the
Yeah,
games.
we're gonna be playing this week.
Yes, just generally has been much more positive about some of the benefits of AI rather than
Yeah, basically, people accuse the CEO of the company that made Pow World of using AI to make Pow World because he liked AI. So they basically just made up an accusation and are just running with it.
Now that much yes, AI can be useful. AI has already been useful. Now, let's split hairs on this a little bit. Jesus. Actually, this really isn't splitting hairs because they're totally different. Here's how AI can be useful. AI is just another tool. As this person down here. AI is just another tool. Tool. Jesus Christ, I can't speak. But the way AI is being used right now, let me tell you about one of the most beneficial AI tools to ever exist. It's called DLSS and FSR and frame generation. Things being used by NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel to upscale video games so that they can maintain their performance level and look a little bit better. That's where I think AI is useful. AI is useful as a tool to assist in like the production, or rather the post-production of an already existing piece of media. Maybe spruce it up a little bit. Maybe help it perform in ways that it wouldn't have otherwise on just like relying on whatever raw hardware there is trying to run a game or something. But to use AI as a means for replacing the entire production assembly, like we're going to replace the artist, the maybe the streamer, we're going to replace this part, that's where you start to get issues, right? Because the only way that AI exists in that way is that it's feeding off of someone else's already existing work. It's feeding off of like an artist's already existing work. Let's run Zelda through an AI and let's see what it makes and let's turn around and sell it. Right? There's so much that AI just truly cannot do without human input. All of the things that AI has created would not exist if artists didn't make them first. If there wasn't some artist that was making, I don't know, Symmetra porn, you know, like fucking high resolution, just Overwatch pornography or something like that, you know, your 4K ultra porn wouldn't exist if that absolute deranged fuckface wasn't sitting right there sculpting Sombra's ass cheeks. I don't know why that's where I went with it, but here we are. Hi, chat. If you want to see the actual really cool and innovative uses for AI, then looking at protein folding, that's generally what I believe was one of the main uses for it. You basically are able to make medicines and stuff and discover how certain things cause problems in the body. It's what Bitcoin stole. Yeah, see, that is the use of AI. To assist the human element of a final product, not to replace it. So to say, like, I'm okay with a game being completely made using AI, when you know that it is derivative of someone else's work, it's fucked. You are directly contributing to the situations that artists, actresses, fucking developers, programmers, all of them are actively fighting against this. All of them are actively like, yeah, no. He's stupid. He's just a dummy. You know what? Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't want to call him stupid. I don't want to call anybody stupid because, to his credit, he does make some interesting points. It's just that it's very weird to be like, "What I don't care," when your platform is built off of the backbone of all of these artists' work. You literally would not exist, genuinely, if these people weren't putting out work and then you were turning around and say streaming it or sorry, the consumption of this is making me even sicker. Oh god, I'm okay, I promise. I'm fine. I'm dying over here. Who cares what I have to say? I'm a random nobody with like 5 viewers.
And I heard recently
yeah, you know
that the
what?
person
Right, he
who
got his
originally
bag, so
made
what
the
does he give a
accusation
fuck?
has apologized.
Then what is the normal sentiment amongst
what?
Has apologized. And I heard recently that the person who originally made the accusation has apologized.
Oh yeah, the guy that was like they stole.
Then what is the normal sentiment amongst artists?
Do remember
and
AI is not self-sufficient. If it ever like dies, people that are actively fighting are also the people who literally will maintain it. Yep. AI does not create anything. It rearranges already existing things and interprets it, basically, and spits out something similar. That's why when you don't feed things into it, you just get these really fucked up looking things because it's like, I don't know where specifically to pull from. So I'm going to pull from here, 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 and here. Now you have Will Smith eating noodles. God, that is nightmare fuel.
and you know, I guess general Twitter population, which is that you know, AI is bad and it takes jobs from people.
Well, AI and the sentiment from artists. This is the part that's going to make people mad. Opinions don't matter. It just doesn't matter, because what matters is the opinion of the people that are buying the product. Yes. Like, it doesn't, like, your opinion on it, like, just because you do it doesn't, like, nobody cares.
True and real.
Like, it's not relevant. It's like whenever one of these, like, you know, really well-respected and really respectable directors talks about how bad Marvel is. Shut up, old man. Shut up. I like watching the Thor movie. It was cool. So people
fucking yikes. You know,
people really didn't like that clip. And I want to say really quickly that I stand behind what I said 100%. And
okay,
I'm right. And the emotional outbursts of man-children on Twitter over the next day or two will subside, logic will prevail, reason will wiggle its way in, and people will see the truth of what I said. And the best thing about it is that I can prove it. And that's the good thing about the truth, is that I don't have to bully people off. Like, I can read arguments from people that disagree with
What do
me.
you mean bullying? Didn't you just say you weren't getting canceled and you wanted people to talk about it? What do you mean bullying? I guess he's talking about what's happening with the Power World developers, which I guess that is kind of fucked. Because there is no, like, substantial proof other than the CEO is like a crypto bro, which fuck him for that, honestly. Oh, fuck. Common Asmon W. Yeah, no, I think it would kill Asmongold too much to actually try to consider changing anything. But I guess technically that's not his job, you know? Because people are going to watch him either way. In that regard, he is correct. People are going to watch Asmongold just like they're going to keep buying Power Worlds. Or I'm not going to throw Power World under the bus because I haven't played it. Or buying something that might actually be what people think Power World is. The CEO talked about stealing art in Discord. What? What? Excuse me? Excuse me? Send me if you can find it, send me a link of that. And then I will completely 180 on everything I've said about Power World. About giving them the benefit of the doubt or whatever. Send me that, and I promise you, I will stop giving it to them. Also, fuck you, Asmongold. Cause it's so fucking weird, man. People don't care about the artist's direction, man, or how the artist feels. He behaves like he has no choice in the matter. Yeah, that's the thing. But also, the amount of times that I've seen people compare like the artistic visuals of video games and what the fuck ever has been. Oh, I could actually smash watermelons in this game as opposed to this game. Which is one of those stupid fucking things you see all the time. God, I hate it. Ooh. Get out of here, Nip Nips. Thank you for the 8 months. Jesus. What is this? Okay. Clicketh. AI has evolved so much that I can no longer tell which one is Pokemon. Left Pokemon like monsters generated by AI. Right, real Pokemon. Illumized, minnow down. Ew. Oh, God, they're so... Oh, this... Uh-oh. Why are we looking at this super mid-streamer? Because I'm sick and I don't have the energy to create real content. So this is the laziest thing that I can do. And if he can do it, why can't I? This is disheartening. If you pass it through the filter AI, the image is often not a specific thing, so maybe copyright issue will be resolved. I was surprised to see that the world is actually moving in that direction. In about 30 years, the general public's perception of copyright may have changed considerably. Oh, this is depressing. Oh, you just sent the other picture that I clicked on. Okay, cool, great. Yeah, well, I fucking hate this. No, instead, please play AI or Imposter. This is a real-time image generation game. Recently saw the same thing in a video and we had the same impression. We might see true AI-powered games on GPT-4 this year. Fucking yikes. Well, there goes everything. There goes everything I was saying. Maybe they didn't use it for Power World, but it's absolutely something that they will use in the future, and it's going to be fucking disgusting. Also, to do this right here and then make like a Pokemon-esque game right after kind of feels like it tells you everything you need to know about that game. But who am I, right? Who the fuck am I? There is still 1 hour, 50-ish minutes left in this video. Oh, God. This is why we're not doing anything that's worth too much effort, because any more effort than this and I will literally kill over and die on this stream. I've seen companies laying off a bunch of their art team, posting vague job ads that clearly are for touching up AI art. Exactly. Fucking exactly. And it's so strange. Why the hell are you defending this type of shit when I'm telling you, it is going to lead to some of the most, not even some, a lot of the most samey fucking garbage being released left and right. But so long as you have fun, right? What happens when you don't have fun? What happens when you get back to the point where like video game is there, it's stagnating, gaming has stagnated? What happens then? Gee, I wonder fucking why. I wonder fucking why, because people keep buying this exploitative bullshit.
And I can prove them wrong. These people can't prove me wrong. They can post a picture of my room and say my room is dirty and so I'm wrong. Sure, you can do that, but I'm still right.
No, you're wrong. Based on that thing you said earlier about people not wanting to pay more for, well, your whole interpretation of just this issue is wrong, right? Because you're assuming that if you pay more, then people get paid better. You're assuming that the people that make Pokemon are paid better than the people that made Power World. Yeah, I'm right because I said I'm right. Yeah, but you know what, basically. Yeah, well, yeah, what the fuck am I trying to explain anything? I'm right. Fuck you. Someone that works in an exploitative industry, I'm right. Go suck a dick. Why do I have to do so much work?
You can say I'm a loser. You can say I'm ugly. You can say I fell off. You can say anything that you want. But that doesn't change the truth. And that's the best thing about it, is that it doesn't matter how mad you get. It still doesn't matter. It still doesn't change anything.
You know what?
And
to his credit, at the end of the day, I am watching his 2-hour long fucking video. He got me. Nobody's saying that shit. Nobody's swinging at his looks. They are literally just upset with him. Well, it's Twitter. So they are absolutely saying that. That I will say you are wrong on. They are absolutely dragging this man down the street, tied to the back of a Dodge Ram. You know, a Ford. A 4x4. 4x4. 1x1. What do country people say it like that? They don't say 4x4. I mean, 4x4. 1x1. 2x4. 2x4. 2b4. I hate his shit ass facial hair. Hey man, you leave that man's facial hair alone. If there is one thing that is good about Asmongold, it's his.
And so I want to talk a little bit about what I said again, and I'm going to go through it. Is that T1, Michaela? I guess it is. Let me go back. I'm going to read this real quick. The people that are buying product. That's like, right. It doesn't, like, your opinion on it, like, just because you do it doesn't, nobody cares. That's right. And I want to extrapolate this.
Like a founding father.
So almost all art has relatively no intrinsic value.
Well, hey there, folks, and welcome back. I guess. Today we're going international. We have this Pinecone Jam featuring baby
You want to talk about art? Here's art.
And it's now that I realize that if I spoke Russian, this probably tells me that this expired last year. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
I just can't. I can't do this to him. I can't do this.
Are these even soft? Will these even get crushed?
Can't do this to Ordinary Sausage. I really do like his content, but I won't just sit here and react to it with no commentary. I truly love this man. I can do it to Asmongold because I don't give a fuck about him as a creator.
Like if you're at a if you are stranded on an island, would you rather have a cooler full of food, or would you rather have the Mona Lisa? And I think that that's what makes art.
This feels like a straw man argument where you're comparing two totally different things. Like this is genuinely the Can't do sausage? Why can't you do sausage, Raka? You explain that right now. We're putting you on blast.
Special is the fact that it has value, but the value is not intrinsic. Like a hammer has value. You can use a hammer to accomplish a goal. A nail has value. You can use a nail to hold something in place. And so in general,
Jesus Christ. That means you're worthless too because everyone would rather have food than you on the island. You know, I don't think he would disagree with that either. Because, I mean, yes, if I'm stranded on an island, I can't eat the fucking Mona Lisa. But you know what I'm going to think about? I'm going to think about watching anime or some shit, right? I'm going to think about when times weren't tough. I'm going to think about how I want to listen to music. I'm going to hum to myself so I don't lose my goddamn mind, right? I'll be out there singing slave spirituals because it reminds me of my ancestors. I will do anything to keep my mind from this shitty situation. Okay? That is what art is. Art is an escape. It's an expression of yourself. It's something that lets others know when you're long gone that I was here and I had value. And in that sense, art has value. People talk about Leonardo da Vinci to this day because he was just, first of all, man was fucking insane, right? Imagine creating like all these crazy designs and then having the artistic value to draw them out. Asmongold said he's right, so there's nothing to discuss. How do I even counter that? You're absolutely right, Nip Nips. What am I even trying to do here? What is this stream for? I am burning alive in my bedroom. I'm burning alive in my bedroom, and I can slowly hear my voice trying to give way. And I'm arguing with a man on the screen who can't even fucking hear me. Who cares? I'm watching his video. I gave him the clicks. He gets the money off of it. I'm using an ad blocker, so I don't actually really give that much of a fuck. Art is a job, and if we can give it to the computer, why not? We have to fulfill Amazon orders. Oh, man yells at Cloud. That's what I feel like. Once you turn 26, man, you're basically just 62. What's the difference? I'm going to die anyway. All I'm going to say is if art had no intrinsic value, I don't think we'd see cavemen making drawings on the walls. What was the point in them scrawling that if it had no value? No intrinsic value, he says. Where do you even get that shit? He's saying all of this still from the standpoint of someone who just consumes other people's creations. You know how much of an artist it took to make the fucking Big Mac or the Whopper? Them fuckers was up there thinking up a storm like, how do we make one of the most delicious burgers ever? Food, bitch. People started thinking. Chefs are artists. Except for those bougie high-class people. Fuck them. Actually, though, I'd actually try some of that food if I could. I really would. You would literally not have a job without others making content. Exactly. Which is why I'm right here. And I'm 100% going to upload this to YouTube and use his name and just see how many clicks I can get. I ain't got no shame about my game, bitch. Yeah, it's probably going to be like 3 people that watch it. It's okay. And I don't feel like editing this either, so it's just going to be the whole thing unedited and unhinged. As when NFTs win. I can sell the Mona Lisa and buy 2 foods. Exactly! The value is not intrinsic. Let's. I don't see why that is the argument that we're making, though. To him, it's all just content, art, games, and videos. It's just content. True. True. And I guess from that standpoint, I guess technically, yeah, he's right. Yeah, it's also the lack of compassion. Like, no one gives a fuck about you. I don't see why someone who contributes nothing to society is talking about intrinsic value. I don't see... Why do people get on... And I always fucking notice this. It's always like I won't say the worst kind of people, but people that are making very strange, unhinged arguments that begin to talk about intrinsic value. The thing about intrinsic value is that, in my opinion, it doesn't fucking exist. Because value is placed on the perspective of whoever is going through that experience. And if 90% of the people, especially the artists that create the things that you like, say that it has value, there's probably value behind it outside of, well, I can consume this. It's like he's saying that if you can't consume a thing, then it doesn't have value. If it doesn't feed you and keep you living and breathing, it doesn't have value. People who experience, and this is a very strange connection I'm going to make here. People who experience like dementia and Alzheimer's and things, and they have done tests on this, who have experienced or who are fighting dementia and Alzheimer's and other mental, just deteriorating, like types of mental deterioration. If you play a song that they closely correlate to like certain parts of their life, it will literally reignite certain synapses in their brain, and suddenly, yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I remember I danced with my fiance and then eventually my wife to this song at our wedding. Art has the power to reignite life. Art can make that shitty situation where you're trapped on that island not the end of the world. There have been people that have all of their necessities fulfilled. They have their food, their water, their clothing, and their shelter, and they are still fucking miserable because they cannot see any value in anything else other than that. Yeah, and a lot of memories that are tightly associated with music and certain foods, right? Like, I don't need to eat ramen, right? I can just eat a slice of bread and drink some water and I'll be fine. I don't need to eat a filet mignon steak presented covered in gold flakes, which that shit's disgusting anyway. Please don't do that. Like, that's just literally useless. But I digress. We don't technically need these things, but they do keep us fucking sane. How bleak of a world would it be if fucking Dead Space didn't exist? People still don't even know how to do UI like Dead Space did it. Because my God, is it so fucking good. This is so fucking good. Everything's integrated onto Isaac in the character model. There's nothing just popping up. There's no fucking mini map that's covering up the top right hand corner of the screen. There's no objective points telling you where to go and no floating arrow points. No, if you want to see that, you press a button and suddenly your waypoint finder thing comes out of your hands. It's like, whoop, it is all over the place. Because you don't know. You forgot that you changed it from your next objective to where the nearest workbench is. So now you're following this yellow arrow to a workbench. And you're like, why the fuck am I here? You didn't notice the big floating text that said workbench. I don't know, man. I don't know. Remember that at launch and thinking it's the future? Man, how depressing is it to never have a video game do that ever again? Never again. How depressing is it to see that and then look at every Ubisoft game that came after? Yeah, Ubisoft. You see, you knew it. We're on the same page. The fucking Ubisoft UI, man. Jesus Christ. And you know what? I don't even have a problem with that kind of UI. I just really wish we had the option to... And there's more of it now, like have it dynamic where it just kind of fades out so I can actually look at the landscape of a video game. We're getting off topic here. Basically, what I'm getting at is fuck Asmongold. Artists have value. I don't know if I can sit through the rest of this video, but let's see what points he makes.
And this isn't true all the time, okay? But I'm making a general statement that's not always true, okay? So just please hold your exceptions. Please. I know you have an exception that you want to put out there and try to pretend like you're smart. I know you have an exception.
Pretend that you're smart. God, his attitude is just so ass. His attitude is just such fucking... I'm making a general statement that's not always true. I think it's the arrogance for me, man. I don't really want to talk to somebody or have a debate about someone who's constantly condescending throughout the entire thing. It is also something that just upsets me about people in general, and that's on both sides of the argument. Everybody just shit talks each other so much. It's like they don't respect each other. And to be fair, I don't really respect Asmongold here because clearly he doesn't respect the people that makes the things that he has made his whole fucking career off of. I'd be damned if I come on here one day and I talk about how artists don't matter when one of my favorite games is just one of the most artistically driven games of all time. Looking at you, Hollow Knight. Looking at you, Ori. How the fuck would I say that shit? I'll be damned. God, look at his face. I paused it at the perfect moment. It's the same face. There, hold on. My stupid shit is in the room. Yeah, get out. It was in the way. Look. It's just, they're the same. Oh my god. Abzu blows because there's no voice acting. Yeah, you're so right. Asmongold hates that game.
I do too. But I'm talking about in a general
he
sense.
said he does too.
Art does not have a functional value. A Picasso painting is not going to do anything. But it will have value to some people. And that value is subjective. And the fact that the value is subjective proves my point. And
no, it doesn't. But it actually doesn't, though. It actually doesn't. I could eat a Picasso. Exactly. Why are we... See, now he's gotten to the point where he's splitting hairs, right? I don't fucking get it, man. Let's just take all that shit away, right? Let's take away the value thing. Let's take away all of that. What does someone looking at Picasso have to do with someone that spent hours creating art and concept art from a video game for it to then be created through that whole production pipeline by the developers and the people that make the 3D models and like actually code and make that video game? What the fuck does that have to do with that? What does it have to do with the video game that you're going to play? Yeah, I'll fucking eat that Picasso again. He has a definite need to be right rather than have an actual discussion on the topic. Yes. I don't see what this comparison has to do with the artists who are having their work sold for value and then being laid off because they can have a machine just take their already existing work that came out of their heads, fucking push through an AI algorithm for the person to consume. That is the argument here. This fucking these hypotheticals in situations of being on an island and having the Mona Lisa or a burger don't mean jack shit when the person that made the Mona Lisa can't even afford to buy the fucking burger because they're out of a job. Because people like you are telling them that their work has no value. I am so dumbfounded. And the AI couldn't create shit if those artists didn't exist. Also, yes, a single burger is not that useful, but it'll keep you from starving to death. God, man, he's so fuck. I'm losing my mind. Hold on, let me go through my Snapchat 2023 recap. I have not watched that thing, and I'm not going to. I want to see how many times I posted that I was going to work for the corporate man. Single burger would be very useful for me right now, BRB. You get that burger. A day longer life sounds horrible. You can get a couple days off of a burger. Maybe 3 or 4, you know. God damn, I would love a burger right now. That shit would be great. Do I want to go to work today? All of this yelling is making me tired. Do I want to go to work today? I feel like if I miss another shift, I get fired. So I at least have to go in for half of one.
I can give you another example of people that are making art that nobody cares about. Now, you can scroll down on this tweet, and most of the people that are being very angry are people that are making art that nobody cares about. Or you can go over to Twitch, and you can go down to, let's go down to, I don't know, World of Warcraft, and let's scroll all the way down. And you're going to find people that have 1, 2, 0 viewers, and they're streaming the same as everybody else is. But nobody cares about them, and it doesn't really matter that they're streaming. There's no value to this stream. They're not going to make any money. Now, maybe they will in the future. But whenever they do in the future, the reason for that will be because people see value in them. That's because the artist is empowered.
You know, there are people that just stream as a hobby and never want to make money off of it, right? I mean, and here's the thing. Here's the thing. He is, at his core, he is not incorrect about this. Let's get that. Let's rip that Band-Aid off. Yes, people are doing this and there's quote unquote no value to it. Fine, whatever. But that doesn't really track when we take it over to a developer or a studio that has a team of artists that makes a thing that creates profit on X amount of years of basis or whatever. That was a statement. The fucking sentence structure there was not great. That doesn't really apply because those artists did have value. You know, they had jobs, they were working, and then it got to the point where they aren't being paid for the work that they're doing, and then they get replaced. But their art, the art that they created that has value, that makes money, then gets ripped off of because of the value that it has. Like, how do you compare that to a small streamer? Those two things don't even correlate. Thank you for being able to bring this back to the main point because everything he says disgusts me right off topic. He gets off topic really quickly. Like, I don't see how any of these comparisons mean jack shit to the core issue here of you saying that these artists don't have value. We're not talking about these artists. We're talking about the ones that just got laid off from Blizzard and shit. We're talking about HBO writers and shit. We're talking about the fucking fact that they canceled Inside Job on Netflix after 2 seasons. God fucking damn it. Yes, I am still upset about that. Oh, was it 2 seasons or 1 season? I think it was 2. God, I love the Inside Job. What are you saying? He's not in his own right. Yes, technically he is correct, but that does not correlate to the core issue here that you saying that these artists don't have value is why companies feel like they can bleed them for all of their art and then push it through an AI machine and then say, get the fuck out of here and just hire touch-up artists to make it not look too weird. Like, it's not a capitalistic ass view of society. Yeah, it's like, man, if it's not making money, it doesn't have value. If I can't consume it, it don't got no value. Well, here's the thing. You're consuming Pal World. You know, people consume Pokemon. And everyone that has worked on either of those games deserves the money that they get so long as it was not an exploitative process. And the people that have been exploited deserve the most money. Probably the people that did the designs for it. Okay? That's the point here. The point is people are buying a product that was created by blood, sweat, and tears, and then you're telling me the blood, sweat, and tears from those artists and the people that had that vision doesn't mean shit, which is why they can be replaced at any second so long as their work can continuously be replicated by something without much variance or difference. Without their input, the original creators. Which is fucked. Which is the entire issue. I don't get what going down here and looking at this means for anything. And I don't necessarily think any of these people don't have value. I can almost guarantee you that at least 10 of these people have far more value than you. You're just the one that got picked up randomly. According to his point of view, his streams have value because he has views and makes money off of them. Yes. Or he'll say, well, they don't have value. People just put value into it, so now it has value. Whatever. God, it's so dumb.
By the people that consume their content. And it doesn't matter if it's a picture, it doesn't matter if it's a video, a stream, or anything. These things have value because other people say they do. Art is fundamentally subjective.
Cool? Who gives a fuck? Does the work you put into the stream not matter? Is it just a capitalistic axiom that makes it good? What a weird way to live your life. I mean, I'm not gonna fault him for that, I guess. If that's how he wants to live, hey, it's subjective. But when it starts causing people their literal jobs that give them value to their life, it's kind of hard to try to make that same argument. An image doesn't inherently have value, but art of brands could be called a monetary thing, or a VTuber model could be called art, and they generate art through content, but the value is all through the branding and the consumers that put the blue through their customers. Put the blue through their customers. What? Consumers that put the blue through their customers. What the fuck? Consumers that put the blue. What? Can someone please decipher that for me? Value is all through the branding and the consumers that put the blue through their customers. Autocorrect fuck that person right at the end there. Unless there's a separate definition of blue that I don't know. That's just business talk. Oh my god. You know what? And maybe that's why we can't see eye to eye. It's just icky.
That's, I think, that if you think it's art, it's art. That's where it comes from. The reason why that's true is the same essence of the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying.
It's not, though.
So whenever I say an artist's opinion doesn't matter on their art, it's because whenever an artist says this is worth $50 to me and somebody else says no, it's not, the artist can still try to charge $50 for it, but nobody has to buy it because that value is decided by the customer. That's the way it.
You're not factually incorrect, but you came at it from the business perspective. Oh, there you go. On the matter. Yeah, when it comes to what's most profitable, you're right, but people are human beings and not corpo bros. It's normal for a person to think artists do matter because they do. He read that and was like, nah. Can you imagine dating him and hearing him say this shit? No. Well, mainly because I'm a straight cis-male scumbag, but no. Oh, speaking of dating, whew, and that's all I'm going to say on that.
It works is whenever you go to market with a product,
and that has nothing to do with
you
Asmongold.
have to meet the customer's demand. And it doesn't matter about what you think the world.
Also, when artists price their work, they tend to add in how much time they spend making into the price. True. I wonder how the architect feels that made your fucking building.
World should be. It doesn't matter about how you view ethics in art. It doesn't matter about how you think trade should be. It doesn't matter about what.
Okay, I'm getting bored of this, truthfully. Like, genuinely. If this is all he has to say, why is this 2 hours long?
Whether you're a capitalist.
I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit because I don't care.
Is organic, is either healthier and or tastes better than the food that is non-organic. I bet you would get 100 people saying that they think it is.
The fuck?
Because I don't find it to be a moral difference whenever an AI tool does it than whenever a person copies it or traces it. I don't view that to be a tremendous moral difference.
I think what we're talking about is an artist's ability to evolve and redefine value in the minds of consumers in a way AI can. By caring about the process and valuing their own passion, an artist can innovate and create better value. This is just me being dumb. Can we teach AI how to do this? No. because AI will always need an input before it can execute anything, unless we get to the point where it's like iRobot and AI start painting. And at that point, yeah, but at that point, we got to worry about a Terminator situation. But as it stands, no, AI cannot do that. And anytime AI generates art, it is the amalgamation of things that already exist and turned into a chimera, basically. And if it's not like that, it's someone specifically telling an AI robot to look at this person's art and make something like that. Create carbon copies of it. And that's where the copyright shit comes in. It's because, like, you looked at my art and now you're just selling it as your own with 3 extra fingers. They would only think how we would set them up for anyway. Yeah, true. So no, AI cannot do these things. AI cannot create these worlds. It's kind of fucked up. Like, imagine if fucking Team Cherry made Hollow Knight and then someone was like, I want to do that, and then just stole a bunch of concept art from Team Cherry and churned it out through an AI.
Can you explain to me why you think that it is?
If a company trains a model from scratch with no base layer, like Stable Diffusion, they have consent from the contributors, there would not be an uproar. This is why people are mad. The artist's work are being molded and copied without consent or compassion. And then his argument is like, well, if I can't see the difference, then why should it matter to me? And you know what? If that's the way you view things, it will never matter to you. It genuinely will not until it starts to affect you. And then you will cry wolf because everything feels the same. You've already started it. A lot of streamers have already started it. The ones that continuously play Fortnite and Call of Duty all the time. Or Madden in 2K. Why does it all feel the same? I don't know, man. You don't care about things being too much different. Clearly. What the fuck is Metroid Prime 4? God damn it. Fuck all this shit. I'm done with it. I'm actually done with it. I am not sitting through the 2 hours of this of a man like bitching. Where is Metroid Prime 4? Is there any word on this? There's Prime Remastered. Metro Boom and Make It Boom. It's been 5 years. Where's Metroid Prime 4 featuring the Orpheon, Metroid Prime? Oh god. Updates, leaks, nothing. It's been 6 years. More than 5, baby. Click. When was this uploaded? June 13th? Oh, so it's about to be 7 years. It would just get this nothing trailer. Really? That's all we get? I'm gonna upload this to YouTube and people, I'm gonna have Asmongold bros in my comment section calling me a fucking idiot. It's fair. I don't care. I don't disagree with them. I'm stupid. See, the thing is, there is nothing mean anyone can say to me that I haven't already said to myself. New Hellblade gameplay. Hot dog? Game overview. Oh, this was a week ago? Oh, this is new. This is fresh off the presses.
Hi, I'm Don Matthews.
We're done with
studio head
Asmongold,
here
by the
at
way.
Ninja
I
Theory
genuinely
in
do not
Cambridge,
care. I
UK.
can't sit through that 2 hours
We're
of
now
that
in the
shit.
final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
Hey, buddy, I'm gonna tell you right now, it doesn't matter what you're doing because Asmongold said it don't. I'm sorry. If we laid out this whole team and replaced it with AI and I couldn't notice the difference, what you did doesn't matter.
Senua is back with a new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source.
Also, this is such a fundamentally flawed thing, because if there was no value in it, then why the fuck are we creating AI machines to try to do the shit if there's no value? Clearly because somebody wants to make a fucking profit. Oh, look, they did. Oh my god, my head hurts, dude. I feel stupid.
In Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way.
Jesus Christ.
Some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover.
Holy fucking nutballs, dude. I want to consume
make
this.
New enemies,
This has value
and
to
also
me
new allies
as a consumer.
who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And
play the first in
she'll
VR?
discover along with us.
Dude, that
how
sounds like an incredible
this
idea.
Viewpoint can have its advantages.
Does the first Hellblade have like a VR mode or like VR mods? That sounds cool. I would absolutely do that and get motion sickness and just vomit all over my TV. But I would 100% do that if I get a VR headset. It has a VR version. That's okay. I want to do that someday. We should do that someday. I will stream that.
Senua is a Celtic warrior
when I
who
have proper
experiences
space.
psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher.
Oh man, I hope
at the
Senua's
University of
perspective
Cambridge,
has value.
as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
Or else Asmongold isn't gonna care about it. And he says we shouldn't care about it either.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
Man, YouTube does not do this shit justice.
On Saga,
And even
we've
then,
taken
it still
everything
looks
to the
so
next
fucking
level.
good.
With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat
You don't.
for
No,
the
no,
sequel.
no, 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 no. You don't have to make things feel different. Why are you trying to make things feel different? You need to just make the exact same game, produce it soullessly, and people will buy it. That's what Asmongold said. You don't have to do that.
One of our key goals was the
Wild to
ability
think she was
to
just a
actually
random
tell
employee
story
standing in and not a
throughout
trained
it.
actress. Yeah, she did really fucking well.
It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're
Excuse me.
very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want
That's
the
what
player
COD has
to
done
feel
since
her
08.
struggle
Jeez.
in every step of her journey.
Except for in 2019 where they made me buy a Call of Duty
feel
game.
like they just scraped through, just
And
survived
they made
it.
other games afterwards and went right back to where they started.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all
Some
the
people just
beautiful
build
expressions
different.
on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again, in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience,
That's the
a
outer
great
space
process.
one. No,
Every
okay.
discipline in the studio.
Call of Duty 2019. That was Modern Warfare, the Modern Warfare reboot. But the other one that they did, the outer space one, that was Advanced Warfare. That's where they did things too differently, and people were like, "I don't like this," but it actually is a fun Call of Duty game, or it's a fun game because it has like really cool movement. It's got like Titanfall movement, and people did not like that. People did not like that at all.
is unified in
That's all you
achieving a
bought.
deep level of
What was
immersion
the original
to help
MW2?
suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story.
Oh, jeez. I had
We were
never
lucky
played a
enough
Call of
to
Duty
do a
game
few
until Modern
reference
Warfare
gathering trips
2019.
in Iceland. You have to be there.
That's
sense
because it
of
was like it
scale,
kind of looked like
everything
what I
is
wanted
incredible.
Battlefield to be. I was a Battlefield kid.
And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like,
and then they
yeah, that
fucking
works.
murdered
That's
it.
amazing.
And they haven't recovered since.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices he hears.
She will collapse. She will collapse.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through a spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
What will we do to us?
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade.
That is what
On
I
the
will
music,
give
we are
Hellblade.
working with
Hellblade has
Hyrule,
very good
which
sound.
for me is
So
a
to hear that
personal
they are
privilege
making this even
because
more
I really
crazy,
admire
it's
them.
like, yes. I gotta get some better headphones.
We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is
Look at that little
to
guy.
craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for
Hold
our
on.
players.
I know you're talking
My
right
hope
now,
is that-
and I do care about what you're saying, but look at this little guy. They want to craft art, no value, 0, none. Look at this little dude. I want that.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua Saga Hellblade 2, is
I'm
to
sorry,
not
you're not
only
gonna get anything off
see
of that.
where Senua
Don't you
goes
know art
next,
has no
but to
intrinsic
deliver
value?
something
Why didn't y'all
really
just start making
meaningful
burgers?
for
People
our
would have bought
players.
that.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care, and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking.
Why are you
and
doing all of
feeling.
this?
From our
Why
combat
don't you just go
gameplay
look
through
at
to
what's
our
successful
action
right
set
now,
pieces,
put it through
from
an
our
AI
cinematic
algorithm, and then
scenes to our
release that
puzzle
game?
solving. Everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey. A journey
That would be
you
so
can
much
embark
easier.
on May 21st.
You don't have to do all of this. What are you talking about? Why would you make something unique and different with a human element when you could just throw it through like some AI processing and get something that Mr. Asmongold right here would gladly eat up? Kind of explains why he plays the games he... Ew. I watched this and now it's recommending me shit like this. Goodness. No, I don't know. Fucking no. Anyway, I don't think there's anything left to do on this stream. I think I just want to keel over and die now. My throat is getting real scratchy. I'm fucking dying over here. We all know that Spore is the height of game. It actually is. Truly, Spore is something that has not been replicated or redone so as well as just the OG. We gotta play Spore on stream. Do honey and lemon? I have neither of those things, nor the money to get them, unfortunately. I have several people that want to help me, but I told them, no, I'm fine. Wait, no. I asked one of my friends for orange juice and she never showed up. He made the Sims, gang. Will Wright? Okay. Wait a minute, I need to text her ass. What the fuck? She said she was gonna bring me orange juice after she got her noodles. Or ate her noodles. What happened to my OJ? She probably had to go to work. She never. Like, she got off of the phone and I never heard from her again. I hope she's okay, actually. I don't want to bother her if she's like, I know she deals with a lot throughout the day. So she probably just got really busy. I'll just make some soup. Yeah. I should make lasagna. I don't know how that helps with sickness, but it helps with deliciousness. I think I'm starting to like fade out now. I still have to go to work. Oh, she says she's dropping it off now. Okay, well, speak of the devil. I guess I'll go and grab my OJ. She just got really busy, I'm sure. All right. Yeah, orange juice hype. I'm going to go and crawl back onto my nice new bed in front of my big TV. And I don't know. I guess I'll upload this to YouTube at some point, unedited or whatever. I don't know. There's no value in this, so there's really no reason for me to upload it. All right. Thank you. Bye. I don't know. All right. I got to say the thing. Be good. Be great. Go do some crime, and I'll see you next time. Okay, now I can leave. Now I can go die on my bed. Get out of here.